Hello, I'm Vonda High, and welcome back to Joyful Weddings. Today we have a very wonderful video for you. We're going to show how a tent gets built for an event. Today we're going to see a 50-foot wide by 120-foot long tent being built for a big family celebration on the client's property. It's a magical experience to watch this beautiful tent being built. We started with the tent in a different part of the property, but because that part of the property experienced an amazing amount of rain, the ground couldn't drain properly, so we couldn't build the tent there. Right now it's Thursday, and the party's going to be on Saturday, so the tent is going up today. The 7-man crew arrived in very large trucks, so when you're thinking about building a tent, part of your checklist is arranging for the work of setting it up. So as you can see, we have very large trucks, very heavy equipment, and a lot of guys who will need access to a restroom, both for putting the tent up and taking it down. One of the things that's also important to note is that the equipment that comes off these trucks are very, very heavy. One roll of roofing, ceiling, tent material might be 500 pounds. So it's not something that you can just easily walk across a muddy area. If you are building a tent and you've had a lot of rain, not only do you have to make sure that the tent site is dry, but you have to make sure that the crew can bring all the stuff in, and as they're bringing this very heavy equipment across mud, are they going to put permanent ruts into your yard? Do you have to lay down pieces of plywood to create a road work that they can roll over? You can see right now this gentleman is bringing a very heavy sack of tent siding in, and he's very strong, and that is very heavy. And you can see how they're going to just keep bringing this in and putting these sacks of tent siding next to where the poles are so that they can put it in, build it in sections. The first step that the crew did was to measure and plot the outline of the tent. This confirms that the tent is straight, is in the right place, and the right size. Then they put in the stakes where the tent poles are going to go, and those generally go every 10 feet. The stakes are very long, about 3 feet, and you need to make sure that they do not go into any pipes that are under the ground. So you need to check with your city for where the electrical and phone cables and water pipes are. Also, if you have a sprinkler system, you should flag the heads. Once those are installed, then they start building the roof of the tent, and then it gets lifted up. There are many different kinds of tents, and today we're building a Navitrack with a white ceiling. Once the frame of the roof is in place, then the ceiling material gets installed. It has to be installed carefully so there are no gaps that will allow for leaks. The tent will also be grounded so that your guests will be safe in case there's lightning. Wind is also a consideration, and different tents can withstand different intensities of wind. This Navitrack tent can withstand winds up to 70 miles per hour. Amazing! Also, there will be permits that you will need to get when building a tent. And our tent company has filed all the necessary building and fire code permits so that we will be covered and complying with all local regulations. You do not want the fire chief inspecting your tent and shutting it down because you do not have the proper signage or fire extinguishers. For this event, we are going to have 300 guests for a concert and picnic. So we're going to be bringing in 3 different kinds of food, including a food truck. We've had to allow for guest arrival and parking of their cars. We have to have restrooms, electrical hookups, backup generators, a water supply, and you need a dumpster with a lid. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for part 2 of this episode, where we will talk about rentals, dance floors, electricity, and lighting.